Welcome to the Wholeless Talk, where we treat the whole person and not a hole in person. Today we're going to go over the instructions for Mosaic Diagnostics stool comprehensive stool test. And what I've done is I've opened up the box. It's empty. And I'm basically going to go over all the instructions of how to go about doing this test and look for this box on the side. So these are the contents. The first thing I always recommend to everyone is please open empty the entire box and put all the contents and spread them out so that you can see clearly what each thing is. The first thing I always recommend is always go to the instructions booklet, and it's right over here. It's a nice booklet they have which goes in detail with all the instructions. Then they also have a paper requisition form which will not be needed because we will fill it out for you electronically, so this will not be needed at all, so we'll just throw it away. And then of course if we ship you something that you will probably have to register, but this will also not be needed, so we will also not give this to you. And this is just another card which tells you about the shipping information. So let's just start talking about what the test is all about. So you can see this is a mailing slip. I always recommend that you look at the mailer. It says UPS next day air saver. So it means whenever you do it, it'll be shipped. For example, if I ship it on Monday, it'll arrive there on Tuesday. If I ship it on Tuesday, it'll arrive there on Wednesday. So always make sure that it is received on a weekday because it doesn't say that it's a weekend delivery. So make sure that you never ship it out on a Friday. And then, of course, this kit has four stool collection vials. It has these gloves, and it has 2 collection trays over here. Since it is a 2-day collection test, so that's why they're giving you 2. And it has an ice block that I recommend that you just write. We write it for the patients so that it can actually go in the freezer. And then this is a little bag in which you'll put the ice block, and then you'll also put the actual vial that goes into the freezer. So this test requires you to actually do it over. It has you collect stool sample twice over 12 or at least 12 hours apart. And in the booklet, it'll give you all details. I always recommend that please read the booklet at least 3 times before you start collecting the stool. So in a nutshell, basically, they're saying to prepare, you freeze it beforehand, the ice break, and of course it goes over what you should, not be consuming. And we'll probably, go over all these things with you. We'll tell you and specifically, what needs to be stopped, whatever. And then, of course, we must always plan. And they're mentioning over here that send it out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Don't send it out on a Thursday because it may not get, received. And so now let's get to the collection of the how to collect things. So the first thing is on any given day, say you go to the bathroom and you collect a stool sample in here. So on the first day, they're saying that you actually take this white vial, and this is a white top, and you actually take the stool and then you open it up. And you take stool sample from different locations and put it in here, and you basically don't fill it more than this red line. Okay, do not go more than the red line. And you also mention what is the kind of stool consistency. It is like solid, is it like a pellet, is it like a little mushy, is it like a little mushy and then completely water. And I've written already that it needs to be frozen for 36 hours. So as soon as you collect the stool sample in here and it's filled up all the way to this, red line, then you go ahead and freeze it. Put in the freezer. And then 12 hours go by, and the next day you take the second collection tray, and then you basically collect stool sample in here. And now this time you go over all these and, remove this. This has a little liquid in it. Take stool sample from different locations, put it over here, and you shake it at least for 30 seconds and do not go above this red line. And this I've written already, they're supposed to be refrigerated, so I wrote fridge for the patient. And likewise, the same thing over here, the second one also needs to be put in the fridge. You also mark the consistency of the stool, and do not go above the red line. The same thing with this one also. Anything with the liquid, you shake it 30 seconds, 30 times, and then basically you actually, so that it homogenizes, and do not go above the red line of the collection thing. And once that is done, you put them in the fridge. And we recommend that you basically put them inside this biohazard bag after collection of the stool sample. And you always put this blotting paper, which is called the desiccant paper, which absorbs the moisture, remove all the air out, and you actually seal it tightly. And this should be in the fridge. This is the second sample, and the first sample that you had, you basically, after the ice is frozen, you put that in here, and you put this next to it. It's all frozen, and then you seal it like this. So now these two samples are going to go inside this box over here. We'll put that inside this box like this so that you can go in here. And now you're going to close it. And then you're going to put it inside this mailer. And like I said before, please ship it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Do not try to ship it later than that, so that it is the next day and it arrives there at the lab in time. And this sums up the all the instructions for Mosaic Lab's comprehensive stool collection test. Thank you so much for watching.